This joint session of the Subcommittee on Economic Growth, Energy Policy, and Regulatory Affairs and the Subcommittee on Healthcare and Financial Services will come to order. We want to welcome everyone. Thank you for coming. Without objection, the Chair may declare a recess at any time. I recognize myself for the purpose of making an opening statement. I ask unanimous consent for Representative LaTurner of Kansas to waive on to the committee for the purpose of asking questions during this hearing. Without objection, so ordered. Today's hearing will examine what ESG, environmental, social, and governance initiatives really mean for workers and consumers, and how the decisions made in boardrooms and global climate conferences have real-world impacts here at home. What are social impacts of using ideological activism to change corporate behavior, to change and really shape it? And that's the question, really a vital question we need to answer here today. A few weeks ago, we heard from two very well-known and very well-respected state attorneys general about the dangers of what ESG policies mean when in the hands of activist asset managers. We know that asset managers control an estimated and really astounding $126 trillion, and that is with a T, trillion dollars, in financial resources and almost 30% of all global financial assets. This type of power and influence extends far beyond what most people can really even conceive of. And just like they say, with great power comes great responsibility. Millions of Americans across the country trust their investments will be used to make a profit, and hopefully one that they can live on comfortably in retirement. Because what we're really after here when we're all investing in the long term is financial security. But these days, it's not crazy for many Americans to wonder, will I even be able to afford retirement? This administration has driven inflation through the roof. It's at a 40-year high, and pushed the economy to the brink of a major recession, which we all pray won't happen, but it very well could in the next year. Now, due to Democrats' ESG push, asset managers are prioritizing ESG goals over profit and risking Americans' hard-earned money. With ESG investing, businesses are now tasked with accounting not only for their own carbon footprints, but maybe the footprint of their contractors and suppliers, the race and gender of their corporate boards, instead of the merit and performance of those same corporate board members. These are all factors that have come to be valued, and valued at least to activists and dominant asset managers and woke corporate boardrooms, as much, if not higher, than the actual returns that a business provides to their shareholders. To secure capital, the lifeblood of any business, companies, large and small, now must hire teams of lawyers and compliance consultants to comb through internal data and estimate exactly what their greenhouse gas emissions might or may be, or how many points they've scored with activist organizations for checking the right boxes on an ever-changing list of leftist social norms. Somehow, this financial gamble, one that's played with your money and your investments, is supposed to still maximize returns for pensions and 401ks. In fact, the Biden administration is placing political ESG priorities over American retirements. The Department of Labor Prudence and Loyalty final rule allows fiduciaries to consider climate change as well as other ESG factors when making investment decisions. President Biden actually vetoed Congress's bipartisan resolution overturning this rule, financially risking the retirements of millions of Americans. This certainly sounds like the Biden administration is sending mixed signals when it comes to American retirements and encouraging them, as we heard as the last hearing with the state AGs, to violate their fiduciary duties. Rules do not have a force of, well, they shouldn't have a force of law, and rules are below laws. That's what we're all here for. ESG is being utilized in an attempt to rewrite the fabric of America with, unfortunately, woke policies that deliver nothing but higher prices, fewer market choices, cultural oppression, not to mention jeopardizing returns on investments for retirees and regular Americans. I thank the witnesses for appearing here today and for their willingness to testify on this important issue. And with that, I ask unanimous consent to submit 3 statements into the record: corporate collusion by Life Powered, keeping politics out of Texas pensions by the Texas Public Policy Foundation, and energy discrimination by Life Powered. Without objection, so ordered. I now